We are live, ladies and gentlemen. Sunday, September 13th, 2009. Look at the Urban Dictionary online. It's quite popular. And they have a definition here. Teabagger, a whining fool shouting loudly for liberty but not willing to pay the bill. No, liberty is we don't want a big federal government that runs every facet of our lives and turns all our local governments into little secret police arms. Now, remember over a month ago, I got on air and I said, Republicans and Democrats, if they're for NAFTA, if they're for GATT, if they're for the wars, if they're for higher taxes, if they're for the police state, Governor Rick Perry, Senator Cornyn right here in Austin getting booed at every event they go to, that was on the news locally. Democrats all over the country. I was seeing the YouTube videos 4, 5, 6 months ago being booed off the stage. And I said, there's a revolution starting, a peaceful resistance. And then a month ago, the media started saying, starting with Lloyd Doggett here in Austin, oh, those were paid lobbyists that came to a local Randall's grocery store. It was all staged. But my neighbor happened to just be there grocery shopping and saw it and said, no, it wasn't staged. They all said, including his constituents he'd mailed letters to, that they didn't want government-run health care. And so he said, I'm going to leave. And then they booed him. So the media has gone from saying it's all staged to using sexually derogatory terms against these diverse crowds. Black people, Hispanics, white people, conservatives, libertarians, Democrats that know Obama's a liar. But the media is trying to balkanize people and then lying and saying there was a few thousand people in D.C. when there were at least 2 million, according to the foreign press in the video. So does this anger you? And is this going to discredit the mainstream media even further? Can you believe anything they write and say? Revo76 is what he hails by, calling from New York City. NYC, you're on the air. Go ahead.
Alex, thank you for taking my call, sir. Thank you. The news media is horrible, makes me sick. I can't even watch it anymore. I can't stand Glenn Beck. He's fake. Obviously, everybody knows that. Well, not everybody. Can't believe they were rooting for him at one of the Tea Party in D.C.
Well, the media is going to show that to make it a polarizing issue. Of
course, without a doubt. Great job with Charlie Sheen. I was a little hesitant at first when I first read the thing, but I found out, went through it, and I seen the fine print at the bottom. Very well done. The video is great. The new documentary that's coming out looks awesome. Cola Blue works beautiful. And it looks like the government is going to have the swine flu shots ready for the first week of October. Raw Story's got a story up today. So
that's right. In fact, that's in my stack. And we're going to talk about next hour some in the last 30 minutes, not just Sheen and his big 9/11 story breaking on this show, but also the latest flu developments. Anything else, Revo?
Godspeed to you and your family, sir.
Sure. Thank you. You too. Look, going back to Monday and my special announcement in that YouTube video that went viral, I said in the video, the big announcement starts Tuesday and runs through the next several weeks. His letter to the president in the form of a discussion he wanted to have with him was only the kickoff of the ball game. We're only at halftime right now. Next week, Sheen's back on. There'll be more big announcements. I'm just going to leave it at that. I'll recap the chronological order of what happened and more of our battle plan in the next hour. But it's obvious every caller's bringing this up, so I'll just mention it now. The big announcement was that Sheen was going to ask for the president to meet with him and the victims' family members that Sheen is friends with, like Bob McIlvaine and others who lost his son Joey, Bobby, Bill Doyle lost his son Joey in the towers. That's what the big issue was, and that he's calling out the debunkers to a debate live on TV, Larry King Live or whatever. I mean, Reuters picked that up, his call for a debate. And that video is also viral right now. He's challenging him. In fact, we should go to the Alex Jones channel on YouTube later and cue that video up for next hour where Charlie Hartman issues the challenge. So that's coming up. So that's what this was about, was not just letting the controlled corporate press and the military-industrial complex that clearly staged 9/11, being able to fearmonger, use 9/11 to expand more wars. First they say Iraq did it, and now Pakistan, and it's just an excuse for this militaristic imperialism. Simple, that we pay for, and that demonizes America's name. And so that's the larger program. And some of the media and people that are jealous and stuff, and the alternative media tried to spin it that my big announcement was just the Sheen letter. That's classic straw man. In my video, in my announcements on the radio, I said it starts Tuesday, and it goes for several weeks. You've only seen the first phase, and look at it. Hundreds of newspapers, Fox News, MSNBC, ABC News, Limbaugh, hundreds of news publications, Reuters, Houston Chronicle, Times of London, London Telegraph, French news, Japanese news, German TV, Latin American TV. That was the whole point. Let's go to Mark in Wisconsin. Mark, you're on the air. Welcome.
Hi, Alex. Good to be here. I'm with We Are Change Oshkosh. First, I'd like to say good for Charlie Sheen. Hopefully this letter does add growth to our movement. As far as the downplaying...
Hold on. Hopefully it does. Tens of millions of people conservatively have now read the key 20 bullet points and are waking up en masse.
If that's the case, then I'm glad you know the numbers on it, and that's definitely a positive.
Go to Google Trends and type in the name Alex Jones or type in the name 9/11 Truth and look at all the past years. This is the biggest year for 9/11 Truth because of what Charlie did and because of what the listeners did getting the word out about the story.
Well, like I said, that's definitely a positive. I'm glad it's had quite an effect. I haven't been able to check the numbers on it all.
Well, hey, we'll do it for you right now. Guys, go to Google Trends. Just Google Trends, and the Google Trends page will come up, and type Alex Jones 9/11 or 9/11 Truth in, and then we'll show you. It goes back over 5 years. A record spike, double anything previously for people searching 9/11 Truth, 9/11 Conspiracy.
That's huge.
It's huge, yeah. Mission successful.
Well, let's see. I just want to continue here because I know you're going to try to go to a lot of people. As far as the downplaying of the protests against Obama and the mainstream media, by the mainstream media, that's no surprise, I guess. They've been doing stuff like that forever. With Junior, Bush, it got worse, and now under Obama, it's horrendous. But we can't, allow that to put a damper on our goals, things like that. We have to just continue to expose them for every dirty, underhanded tactic that they pull like that, and make sure the truth continues to come out. And that way we're always going to be on the right side of history and the right side of the truth. And InfoWars and We Are Change will just have to continue to thrive. Everybody out there, I would encourage them to go to wearechange.org, click on the Oshkosh flag, get a hold of us if you want to check us out.
Good to hear from you. Appreciate it, Mark. Bob in Indiana. Bob, you're on the air. Go ahead.
Hi, Alex. Thanks for taking my call.
You bet.
Well, I'm sorry this is a little off topic. I was just saying if you had heard the latest on Daniel Estulin. He came on your show about 4 or 5 months ago and said he was going to come out with the full report a couple weeks after he was on your show about the Bilderberg.
No, he really didn't. I don't have anything on him. What else is on your mind?
Well, I just want to let you know you're doing a great job. He's just someone that I really respect. And if I remember right, he in May, he called the Dow exactly what's going on right now. He said that the Bilderberg Group and others were going to push it up to 9,500 or 10,000, and then they're going to plummet it at the end of September or October. And that's
the big money is now pulling out of the stock market.
Right. So, is there anything new on him? I wasn't sure if he came.
No, we went to Bilderberg. And we had reporters in Greece with those reports. But I appreciate your call, Jim Tucker and others on air with us. Let's go ahead and talk to Bob in Indiana. Bob, you're on the air. We just talked to Bob. Tommy in Virginia. Tommy, you're on the air.
Yes. Hey, Alex?
Yes, sir.
Alex. Okay, great.
Go ahead.
Yes, back to this media thing. I'm disgusted with them. I'm calling for a complete boycott of mainstream media. We don't have to watch the news. We can get our news from online. We can get sports, weather, all that. Let's stop watching them. Make the ratings go down. I was really impressed by the Patriots, that little clip with CNN where the reporter was trying to do a live thing, and they were yelling, tell the truth, tell the truth. That was awesome.
Stay there. You're actually calling in on topic. Stay there. We're going to come back to you to get your take on what happened. And we're going to play that clip of the CNN reporter being shouted down straight ahead after this quick break. I'm Alex Jones, Infowars.com.